Hi, in this new tutorial we're going to do the same pipe that we did in 2D, but now we go to 3D. So in the website you have the links to download all the material. So here I just open the Workbench case and see that I generate one single geometry and then I create different meshes. Okay, so I went from a redefined mesh towards the wall to get a y plus less than 1 for this case and so on. Okay, up to no inflation area. So to do this, remember you can generate one single geometry and then you just drag here and put the new mesh and then you can create more cases. Okay, so you can have here very complex workflow. So we'll delete that last one. So here we have everything pre-manufactured. So let me show you, for instance, I double click in this one, we'll open this mesh. So we're going to go to do all the steps: geometry generation, dimension, then we're going to Fluent, everything in the Workbench. And the last video will show you just getting the mesh and working in direct in Fluent. So let me show you this mesh and then we go to the geometry generation, and we're going to use the Design Modeler and a space cleanse. I'm going to show you the two actions. So look at this is the mesh that we have, very fine towards the wall, and everything can be controlled as in 2D, but now we have 3D actions. So we add the inflation at the walls, everything. So we're going to do all these steps. So let me close here and I will open a new case. Okay, so I can go new case. I don't want to save this one. Okay, so I have a new case and let's do first the geometry. Okay, so I want just to remind you that this is the geometry that we have. Okay, so previously we have it 2D. Okay, we did just the plane. Now we're going to do it 3D. Okay, so we know the diameter and length. So we go here and we have two options. Okay, so you right click here, you can go Design Modeler or Space Cleanse. Okay, so Design Modeler will be a proper parametrical CAD. It's not the best CAD software that you will find, but it works. Okay, and then you have a Space Cleanse that is kind of direct modeling, very powerful, but it's not fully parametrics. Okay, you have the option to choose any of them. So let's go first Design Modeler. Just click here. Okay, we are inside Design Modeler, and now we need to choose a plane to do the first sketch. So remember, when you are in parametric CAD, you start from 2D sketches, and then you start to grow up your 3D models. So I will do my first sketch here. So select a plane, new sketch, you have it here. Now go sketching, and let's do the first sketch. So I will do a circle. Put it there. So it doesn't matter if you pinpoint there the origin 000. So we have the circle and then we do just an extrusion from there, but we need to give dimensions. So go here into dimensions and select diameter, put it there, and then set the diameter. See that you have it here. Now it's fully parametrical. So our diameter will be 0.1. So see that we have the geometry there. So this is the part I don't like, that you have this dimension reference there and then you need to modify it here. You go move, click, put it here, then fit to screen and so on. So these are things that it's not very friendly. Okay, but it's not a problem, it's not a big deal. Okay, so we have our circle, we can go out, and now this is a sketch. We need to create a surface. Okay, and then we can do the extrusion of that surface here. So what we need to do to create a surface from a sketch, you have here surface from a sketch. Okay, you add it, select your sketch, this one, add material, generate, see that lighting there means that you need to update it, and then you have the surface. You go to parts, you have it here. So what we can do, so remember previously in 2D, we stop here and we move to mesh. And now we are going to do the 3D. So now we need to do just a simple extrusion from here. So you go here, extrude, select the surface, see what body, so I want to select this one. And then you have many actions here. So look at that direction, normal to this surface. And I want to extrude it 7 meters, okay? So as you go zoom out, see that you have here a reference how we will do it, okay? So here you have different options. You can play with them. So you press now generate, and voila, you have your geometry. Okay. And here, see in parts, you have everything. By the way, everything is parametric. So if you double click here, you can modify. Also, you double click, you can modify this one. Okay, fully parametrical. So here you see that we have our solid and the surface. Before moving to the meshing, remember that we need to have one single body here. Okay, so I don't want this surface. I will suppress. Okay, I don't need it when I move to the meshing. I just need the solid. You can rename it if you want. I will call it here domain. So just to show you there is a problem. Then here, okay, this is not composer again, but I will choose fluid because I will do a fluid simulation. And we're done. Here, leave it automatically. Okay, so can go there. So, okay, so we have everything. This is our geometry, okay? So now we can close here and we're done with Design Modeler. Okay, so the next step will be to do the same geometry using space cleans. So let's do with space cleans. So we have one geometry. Okay, so let me rename here. I will call it Design Modeler. Okay, and then if I want to do with the space clean, we do the same. So drag here geometry, boom. Then you can rename it. So I will call it rename space clean. Okay, and you right click here and choose new space clean. Okay, so Design Modeler space cleans. So this is very powerful. Let's see how we can do this geometry here. So it will sometimes take a while to open. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, we are inside space clean. As you see, have a nicer interface. So here, let's go to 3D. So, you know, to create the geometry, we first need to create the sketches, and then we start to do the solid bodies. Okay. So here to create a sketch. Okay, let's go out of this sketch mode. This mode. You press escape. So here you are. So create a sketch. I want to create it in this plane. Okay, so I want to do the extrusion normal to the X direction. Make it normal. You can middle button, zoom in, zoom out. And now select here, you see the sketch options. So here you have many options. So we are going to move in design. Select here. And then you just move to choose the dimension, or you can just insert with the keypad. So it will be, my diameter will be 100. Okay, so see that you have diameter 100, and you go out. So when you go out, you have already the surface there, and now see here you have edit many options. Okay, so we want to pull. So pull is very powerful. Select that one, and then you just can go and pull and see that you are creating your pipe. And then you want to give the dimension, put here. So this is 7 meters. So we're working in millimeters. And there we have our pipe. Okay. As you see, very, very easy to use. Okay. And then you can create new geometries, do the intersection. So for instance, now I want to extrude this face here. So you select here, pull, and then you can do a new extrusion. Okay, and the same with the diameter. You can pull there and you can change the diameter. So this is kind of like working with clay, pull in, pull out, rotate. Very powerful. So now that we have this, okay, we can move to the geometry, to the mesh generation part, but also just to show you something, that here we can create the named selections. Okay, so sometimes it's better to create it here, so I will show you how to do it. So you go groups. Okay, here you have, let me select this face, create new named selection. Remember, this will be outlet. So the named selections are the boundary conditions, the surfaces where you are going to assign boundary conditions. You need to create this at meshing time or geometry time. So in this step, we're doing this at the geometry level, and then this will be the wall. Okay, so we have our named selections. We go back to structure. Again, we need to have only one single solid. So see that we have one single solid. If you have more solids, you just right click and see here, suppress from physics. Now that solid won't be used in your physics. Activate. And sometimes also, here is a very simple geometry. You want to select some other faces. So see that, for instance, I want to select the back face, if I'm in this view. So sometimes you don't see that one. So what you can do is, you use the arrow up and see that it starts to select new. So you go, okay. So let me put in this view here. And it goes to the other face. Or what you can do is hide faces. Okay, so right click. And here you have the option face, hide face, and then you have that face visible. So you want to see all your faces here, just okay, right click here. You have view, okay, bam, let me see what was that option, super face, okay, show all faces, okay. Then you can right click here, make it transparent, okay. So this is our geometry in Space Clean. So at this point we are done. We can close it. See that we have two geometries here. Design Model, Space Cleans. Remember to always save your project. So I will put it in my desktop. I will call it test. Okay, so our next step will be to create the mesh. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you use. We have the same geometry. We were going to choose one here. So let's work on that.